If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, we have Alex Perez on the show. He returns to action January 25th in Raleigh, North Carolina. He's going to take on Jordan Espinosa. Alex, great to have you here for the first time. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Doing great. So we're a little over 2 weeks away from this fight. How are you feeling? How is camp been going as this one gets a little bit closer day by day?
I feel great, man. I'm probably the best I've ever felt, leading up to a fight. Weight's on point. Conditioning's on point. Basically, it's just the last, 2 weeks, basically. Just getting the game plan, just drilling it some more, and, I'm ready to fight.
You're coming off of 2019 where, silver lining-wise, you were unbeaten for the year, but you were only able to fight once, the win against Mark De La Rosa. Now, this is the least active you have been in your career to this point. Normally you get 2, 3, maybe 4 fights in throughout a calendar year. Was it a little strange for you only fighting once last year?
A little bit. I like being active. I like doing, I like just being on top of my game. I love competing, man. This is why I do it. I love to test myself, but I got injured and kind of took the right steps to getting better. As much as I love competing, also love getting 2 checks. So I did a smart thing, talked to my management and my team, and they're kind of just like, hey, man, it's not worth going out there fighting half-assed and just because you're hurt, you can't control if you win or lose if you're 100%. If you're already going at a disadvantage if you're hurt. So might as well just take the time, heal up, and get back in there. When you're ready, when you're good to go. So I listened to my team and took that advice.
Did the injury happen, during the fight camp for the Pettis fight, or was it something that was sort of ongoing that just got worse and worse as time went on?
It happened during the Pettis fight. Getting ready for that fight, it happened, probably a couple weeks before I pulled out. But I waited for a while because I really didn't know what was going on. And then I went to actually, something's not right. I actually went to the UFC PI with Heather and Bobby out there, and they actually told me what was wrong. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's what it is. So I'm not just being a girl,
Are you a little bummed that you're not going to get the chance to fight Sergio in the octagon now that he's no longer with the UFC?
Yeah, man, I think it was a good fight. I think it would have been, we would have been able to throw a good fight. He was a tough guy, top contender in the division for so long. I think I would have loved to test myself against him. Now that he's in Bellator, I wish him the best of luck. And who knows, maybe he might come back. But, it is what it is.
Got to move forward. Put that on the back burner for now anyways. So now you get Jordan Espinosa. He's a guy that a lot of people are excited about at 125 pounds. He was on the Contender Series, had a couple wins there. He suffered his first setback in the UFC to Matt Schnell, who submitted in a little over a minute in that fight in August. He made a mistake. He got caught, and that's what happens at this level. You make a mistake, you're going to get in trouble. Do you take much stock into that loss, or were you able to at least take anything away from the Espinosa-Schnell fight for preparation's sake?
Not really. It kind of happened kind of quick, so you really don't see much of it. But yeah, man, it's a game of inches. Once you get to the higher level, it's make one simple mistake and it's gonna cost you. It can cost you the fight, it can cost you the decision, it can cost you the finish. So, like I said, he just got caught early. I shouldn't say got caught. He got set up, matching out good jiu-jitsu, got set up well, and he got the triangle.
How do you like the matchup with Jordan from a stylistic perspective? Do you feel like this is a fight that's right in your wheelhouse stylistically?
Yeah, I feel like I can compete with anybody. It doesn't matter who you put me against. Jordan Espinosa, any of these other guys. I feel like I'm well-rounded enough that it doesn't matter what style you give me, that I can adapt pretty good. I've been in this game for a long time, so a lot of things don't throw me off.
Flyweight has gotten a lot more interesting over the last few weeks. It's sort of opened up a bit with Cejudo no longer being the champion, whether it was taken away from him or he relinquished it, doesn't really matter. He's not the champion anymore. So now we got Benavidez and Figueiredo fighting February 29th to see who's going to be the new champion. I know a lot of people feel like Cejudo was the guy that, saved the division, the king of cringe and all that stuff. Are you excited about the direction of the flyweight division right now? Is this a good thing in your opinion that Cejudo is no longer in the picture?
Yeah, to me, the flyweight division with Cejudo, without Cejudo, was going to kind of be the same. He was going to fight Benavidez, regardless of Benavidez, he gets his title shot. But I feel like just the new life in the flyweight division, a lot of young guys, a lot of new guys that people don't know, that are down to scrap. And I feel like just the whole division in general is great. You got all these guys coming in, and it's just a whole new division. They literally, there's a handful of us that stayed around from the first before they were going to cut it. Now it's a whole bunch of new guys, so I can't wait to see what the division has.
You think this is the year they sort of refill the division? I mean, there's a bunch more guys there now than there was, say, a year and a half ago. There's still more work that needs to be done. Do you feel like this is the year that we replenish the division, so to speak, with talent?
There's enough guys. You can always add more. It just depends how many roster spots they have open. If you have 20 guys on the roster, how many matchups can you make with 20 guys? You can make quite a bit. So to me, it doesn't matter if they add guys or not. Hopefully, they do make the division a little more interesting. Hopefully they get us different matchups, things like that. But to me, it doesn't matter. Even with 15 guys, how many matchups can you make? There's a lot of great matchups you can still make. So to me, it doesn't matter to add. They don't. It'd be great if they added guys. Like I said, give more guys opportunities to make it to the big show. But if they don't, it doesn't hurt me.
That's true. A lot of interesting matchups out there for you. In terms of preparation for the fight, I know you're at a gym where there's so many people there. A lot of them have fights all the time, so you're working with so many different people and so many different styles all the time. Who have you worked with specifically that's helped sort of fine tune you and get you ready for this fight? Anyone you work with specifically you wanna talk about?
My main training partner has been I call him my Japanese son. He's like 22. Yeah, 22. His name's Yuma Haraguchi. He's fighting at LFA on the 31st. I think he turned pro when he was like 15 in Japan. He's like 7 or 8-2. He's been helping me with this camp. And it just happened that he got, he's in shape. So he just happened they put him on the LFA card too. So he's been my main training partner for this camp. Guys have gone above and beyond for me. I've needed extra work. He's came in. If I needed something, he's came in. He's a great training partner, and he's been a big, big help in this camp.
How do you see this fight playing out with Jordan Espinosa on January 25th? What do you foresee happening that'll help you take that next big step up the 125-pound ladder? How do you see this all going down?
Me winning, whether it's a finish, decision, submission, whatever it is, knockout. I'm always looking to finish. If the guy's gonna sit there, if we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out there try to knock your head off. I'm gonna try to sub you. I'm trying to impose my will on you. You know what I mean? I just see me gain the win, either submission, knockout, or a decision. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back in there. I can't wait to show everybody what I've been working on and all the new tools I have. Just because I was out for a while doesn't mean I haven't been getting better.
What's sort of the goal set you have for 2020? It's a new year. You're coming off a year where you only had one fight. You like to stay active. You like to stay in there and competing. What sort of goals have you set for yourself for 2020? Obviously, we're not looking past what's going on in a little over 2 weeks' time in Raleigh, but what do you hope to accomplish? Where would you like to be at the end of the year compared to where you're at right now?
For me, I would like to be in the top 5. Ranked in the top 5. I think I'm 11 now, whatever it is. But top 5, get in. Obviously Jordan's tough. Get in, get a win against him, and get 2 more quality wins. Put me for a title shot. I want my rematch with Benavidez, and I don't have no right calling him out after I win a fight or anything. I'm gonna work my way up there, and I'm gonna get that rematch sooner or later. So, like I said, just get 2 or 3 fights in.
Well, I have you. Prediction: Figueiredo or Benavidez? Who wins that one?
It's kind of a toss up for me. I feel like if Benavidez can get to the ground, it'll be fine. But if you can't get to the ground, Figueroa's tough, man. He has a great guillotine. Obviously, we've seen his last fight; he subbed him. But on his feet, he's quick. He's probably, probably one of the fastest guys in the division with his hands. So it's a toss-up for me. I want Joe to win because when I would rematch him, I would love to get that title. But, you know what I mean? It's a toss-up for me. I'm going with Joe, just because he beat me. And, like I said, I would like to fight that guy again for the title.
That'd be a great fight. I'd like to see that one again. And very excited to see you back in there on January 25th in Raleigh, North Carolina, taking on Jordan Espinosa. Alex, great catching up with you. Before we let you go, man, let the folks know where they can find and follow you on the web, social media, any shout-outs, anything else you want to get off your chest. The floor is yours.
You guys can find me on social media, Alex Perez, MMA, Instagram and Twitter. And I just want to say thank you to all my friends, family, my teammates, all my coaches, my strength and conditioning coaches, my teammates. Like, without you guys, I would not be here. And then my sponsors as well. Miss Mary Jane, CBD. I've been focusing on a lot of recovery and stuff, so Miss Mary Jane CBD is a big help. Also, ATTC, Lace and Loop, Drink, HRW. They've been a big part of my recovery as well. You got High Desert Pythons and Defense Soap and Always Virus. You guys have helped me out since the beginning of my career, and I said thank you guys for tagging along on this journey, man. Without you guys, would not be here.
Alex, thanks, man. Happy New Year to you, and all the best to you on January 25th, man.
Thanks, brother. Hope we had great holidays, and talk to you soon.